Hey there, welcome to my channel and to my home for another room makeover video. I really should be calling this a room transformation video because I basically took this boring white square room and transformed it into the theater room of my dreams. And I am going to share the entire process from start to finish here with you today in this video. So if you were looking to do something similar in your home, or maybe you were just looking for a bit of home inspiration today, you are in the right place. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoy this video. Let's get to decorating.
All right, before we dive into this room makeover, I want to share with you what the room looked like prior to starting. My blank canvas, it was just a white blank room upstairs in my home, essentially for a flex space, maybe a media room, maybe a playroom for kids. I have a sectional in here, I had a TV, and I would enjoy TV and movies in here from time to time, but it wasn't a space that really inspired. And I have been so ready to take this space and transform it into a room that I actually love to be in. Before we get started, I want to share with you kind of my vision board. I always like to start with a vision board or an idea board prior to starting a project. I usually make mine on Canva. This is what mine looked like. Okay, I knew the color palette that I wanted to go with, and I knew I was keeping the sectional that I already had in here because I really love this sectional, but I knew everything else was going to change. Creating a board like this made it so much easier to plan properly, get a little bit more of a visual as to how the furniture that I wanted to choose or purchase would look in my space before buying it. So that's what I did. I put everything in here and then I got started on the project. Picking a paint color came first. I knew that I wanted to go with something dark and moody. I did pick up several different color samples from the store and try them, colors that I thought might look great in the space. I do like to paint two different walls in a room anytime that I'm painting a room and deciding on a paint color. This just helps with the lighting in the space so you can really see what the color is going to look like. I was thinking either a nice navy or a deep green. I did land on a color called Thermal by Behr. You can find it at Home Depot. I will link everything that I can, by the way, in the description box below in case you want any of these resources. I will try to have everything shared down there with you. Since this room is going to be a full home theater with a large screen, I decided to color drench the entire space. I really love doing this, especially with a moody dark shade like this one, because it completely transforms the entire room. It just changes the atmosphere. It pulls the walls in, adds a sense of intimacy, and gives that room the cinematic drama that I'm really going for. I took down the can lights and painted them the same color as the ceiling to keep that color drench seamless. I didn't want any bright white fixtures breaking up that moody, dramatic look. This is just a simple step that I think has made such a difference in keeping the room cohesive. You'll notice that I also have a small closet in this space. It used to actually be pretty tough to access with the sectional in here because you really didn't have room to open the door. So instead of fighting with that door after this room makeover, I decided to take it off and paint the interior to match the room. Now it just feels so intentional, like a built-in shelving space for a concession stand or a cozy spot to store board games and blankets. I also had my electrician add undershelf lighting in here, and they are on dimmers. So now I will be able to still see this space when I need to use it without interrupting movie night. Speaking of my amazing electrician, in addition to the closet lighting, I also had him wire in a few new sconces in this space. He set them up on dimmers for me, which is perfect for a room like this because it gives me full control of the lighting while I'm watching the big screen in here. He also installed a new ceiling fan that fits the aesthetic of the space so much better than the old one did. I knew I was going to need to update the switch plates and vent covers in here because they were originally white. I wanted to bring in a touch of gold for that subtle Hollywood drama that we're going for in here, but instead of replacing everything with expensive metal finishes, I decided to just pick up a can of gold spray paint from Home Depot. It has this beautiful hammered metallic finish. I love how it turned out. The ones on the ceiling especially look really good, I think. They really elevated the space without breaking the budget. In addition to the fresh paint and new lighting, I decided to update the floors in here as well. I went with an engineered luxury vinyl. This one is from Home Depot, and I could not be happier with the choice that I made. It's such a durable product, which is always a huge bonus when you've got fur babies running around. My installer was a total pro, and he made the whole experience just so smooth. I cannot say enough good things about the company that came out. I absolutely love how the darker floors pair with the dark walls. It gives the space so much depth and really pulls the whole room together, I think. Once those parts of the project were completed, it was finally time to decorate. You know, that is my favorite part of any room makeover. This space definitely called for quite a large rug, so I decided to go with a 9x12. This one I found on Amazon. I think it fits the aesthetic perfectly, but the best part about it, it's also washable, so very easy to clean, and because I found it on Amazon, super affordable as well. I love saving on pieces like this when I know that I'm investing more in other areas of the project, so balancing high and low is what makes a room feel thoughtful and keeps us on track when it comes to our spending. Now I'm adding in the media console to get ready for the ultra short throw projector and the screen. I actually mentioned this piece of furniture in a previous video. I found it on Wayfair. I love Wayfair for furniture like this because finding something that looks custom without spending a fortune can be almost impossible. But this one checked every box. It is exactly what I need for this space, and I really love it. I just finished installing the most important and probably the most exciting thing in this room makeover, which is my home theater system. When I started this theater room makeover, I knew that I wanted to go with the best of the best when it comes to the theater system in here, and that's why I chose to go with AWOL Vision and their ultra short throw projector. Thank you to AWOL for not only sponsoring this video, but also making my wildest theater room dreams come true. This is the type of system that when I started planning and started thinking about what I wanted in my home, this is just absolutely top tier. This is the best of the best in my opinion. So I'm really happy to be able to have it here in my home and also share it here with you if you're like me and perhaps you're making over a space in your home to turn it into a media room. Maybe you're just upgrading the family living room TV and you want that theater viewing experience right in your own home like I do. I'm a homebody. I hate to leave my home. So having this in my home is just going to be the ultimate. I'm so excited, especially right now, right on the heels of the fall season and holiday movie nights. Christmas movies in this room are just the thing I'm most looking forward to. So for my space in here, I decided to go with the AWOL 3000 Pro projector, the 132-inch ALR screen, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second, and their ThunderBeat speaker system. Saying that this is an upgrade from the 85-inch TV that I had in here before that you saw in my before it's an understatement, okay? Because this is just an entirely different viewing experience. This projector can actually project up to 150 inches. I did go with the 132-inch screen because that's what was best for my space. I could have probably gone to 150 in here, but this is just the perfect size for me, especially with the distance that I'm going to have from the sofa for quality viewing. But just in case you have a larger space than I do, you can go up to 150 inches with this projector, which is awesome. One of the reasons that I chose to go with AWOL Vision is because the AWOL Theater is the only RGB UST projector on the market that offers Dolby Vision, HDR10+, Dolby Atmos, and Active 3D. The visuals on this system are just next level. Like I mentioned, this projector has 4K resolution and Dolby Vision, so the colors are vibrant and lifelike. They are truly like nothing I have ever had in my home when it comes to a viewing experience. It even supports 3D. AWOL was actually kind enough to send me these 3D glasses for my projector, so I cannot wait to use these things. You're gonna have to let me know in the comments below, what is the first 3D movie I should watch? This premium ALR screen really cuts down on ambient lighting, so I do not have to black out the room if I don't want to. Of course, I don't have any natural lighting in here because this is a designated media room, but it is important because if you're putting this in your family room where perhaps you have a lot of windows, natural lighting, the ALR screen really helps reduce that light so you can still have the best viewing experience possible. You can still see your screen. I wanted to mention it here with you today because I know that was one of my first questions. If I put this in my living room with windows and natural light, am I still gonna have a great picture? And you will with the ALR screen. I also want to quickly mention the sound on this projector because it is, in my opinion, equally as impressive as the picture. AWOL's center sync tech actually turns this projector itself into a center channel speaker. And when you pair this with their ThunderBeat sound system, you actually unlock a 5.22 surround sound system. I have turned it on to test this thing out and it sounds incredible. It sounds like a movie theater in here. Okay, I gotta turn this thing on and show you what it can do. Hank and Minky are here. I don't know if you can see them. They're on the carpet, ready and waiting. You guys ready? Okay, wait, first let me turn the lights off. I'm gonna turn the lights down, you guys. Let's turn those off. I still have our sconces on, but the cool thing about these sconces is that they're on dimmers. So let's see, is this side? Look at that. So pretty impressive. So if you've been thinking about upgrading, this is the ultimate TV replacement, okay? Instead of just getting another flat screen, you can have a full cinematic setup in your home that sets up in literally 30 minutes. So easy to set up, anyone can do it. I'm gonna have everything that I put here today in my theater room linked in the description box below. Right now, AWOL Vision has some great savings. Get ready for that giant screen experience in your own home. You can save up to $1,800 right now on Amazon. But thank you so much to AWOL for sponsoring this video and for, again, making my theater dreams come true. And thank you to you for letting me share it here with you today. But we have a lot more decorating to do, so let's do it. Let's get back to decorating.
Okay, the frames and the art are officially here for the theater room, so we are going to put them together today. When I started this makeover, I knew that I wanted some great vintage inspired old Hollywood art in this room, black and white stills. And so I found some great stills, photographs on allposters.com. That's where I ordered my posters from. I will link everything that I've purchased in this video for my room in the description box below. On allposters.com, they do have an option for you to get them custom framed. You can order just the print or you can order the print framed. And I thought they had some beautiful frames and pretty good pricing for custom framing. I feel like it would have cost the same if I would have gone to Hobby Lobby or a custom frame shop here to get them framed. So the pricing was really nice. The only reason I decided to not get them custom framed and I looked for frames in the size I wanted is because I do want to be able to switch out the prints, maybe with the seasons or the holidays. I think it'd be really fun to have some great prints for Halloween, like maybe Alfred Hitchcock and old Frankenstein and Dracula. For Christmas, have those vintage, beautiful black and white stills like I have in my dining room, but in these large frames in the media room, I think would be really cool. And when you get something custom framed, it's really hard to switch out the print. So I went online and I actually found the size frames that I needed with the matting that I was looking for. I found this on Michael's. They have this exact frame in a ton of sizes. All the posters actually came really nicely packaged and rolled up. I'm just impatient and I unrolled them all so I could see them before I put them in the frame. We've got Marlon Brando, a necessity. So cool. I can't wait to show them all to you. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness. A little hack, I don't know if this is actually a hack, but this is something that I do. If you have photo frames like this that have the little tabs, the teeth on the back, keep a paint can opener in your junk drawer. That's where I keep mine. Wherever you keep your tools, and use it to open and close the teeth. It just makes it so much easier and it saves your fingernails.
also decided to add a few of my favorite rechargeable picture lights above the frames in here for that extra layer of lighting. It's such a simple touch, but it really does elevate the space and give it that polished, finished look that I'm going for. I also picked up this olive tree from Amazon. I always love bringing a bit of greenery into a space, and a beautiful, high-quality faux olive tree is one of my favorite ways to do just that. This one is 7 feet tall. It came so nicely packaged, and it was super easy to put together. Honestly, it's the most realistic olive tree that I have ever owned and is definitely my current favorite. I will have it linked in the description box below for you, because if you're looking for something like this is the one to get. I also love that it is 7 foot, so highly recommend. Since the double doors in here have glass fronts, I decided to just go ahead and add some velvet curtains that could be closed to block out any light from the hallway during movie nights. I love that they also lend to that classic theater feel that I wanted to go for in here. These are from Amazon, and I will be sure to have them linked. I'm also going to just add a few finishing touches here with you and some final details, and then I will show you the fully finished room reveal. It is October right now, so you're actually going to see it decorated for spooky season. So a bit of a sneak peek, since I haven't shared that here with you yet, and I filmed all of this a couple of months ago, but it turned out so fun, and it really does make for the perfect setup for scary movie night. So I'm excited for you to see it.
In the town of Greendale, where it always feels like Halloween. Girls, let's not be catty witches. Not an evil person, but these are desperate times.
What's up, Hilda?
She annoyed me, so I killed her and buried her in the yard.